Hey guys, it's CalmBee and we're back in the Rec Room archive. Last time we went through all of the old contest rooms for Maker Pen, and this time around we're going to be checking out some of the items that didn't quite make the cut in Rec Room, or they were very short-lived. You'll see what I mean in a second, but we're gonna go head off to the halls and yeah, I'll show you some awesome stuff. Also, side note, this room was created by Star Centurion as well as a bunch of other creators, which I'll have the link to the room in the description to this video, and don't forget to subscribe before you start watching. Come on, just press the button. Alright, let's go. Here we go, we have the cut content. There are 3 different rooms. Let's start with the first one. Alright, so this is really cool. So this, I guess, is the birthday shirt for Rec Room, and it says the shirt was meant to be given out on Rec Room's 2nd birthday, June 1st, 2017, but it was never distributed and it goes unused in the files. Okay, that's a pretty awesome shirt. I wonder why they never gave it out. Alright, so that's the 1st birthday, I guess, even though it's the 2nd birthday. Next up we have the Helix VR shirt. Okay, so this shirt is the Helix VR group shirt, and it was given out to any person who was employed at Helix VR for over 1 year, but the shirt goes unused in the files since the community has stopped streaming on Rec Room. Oh, that's interesting. Alright, next up we have a Rec Room shirt. This one actually does look kind of familiar. It says it does exist. Okay, I'm not going crazy. It's default shirt given to players. The difference here is that the shirt is using the older version of it, and the older version has a larger icon on the chest. Alright. It still looks very similar, but nonetheless it's different. Next up is the teleport device. Alright, I wasn't around for when Rec Room only teleported, but it says in 2016. The teleporting device would show right before teleporting. This is the model in the early access versions of Rec Room. So I think you used to just like grab and click and release, kind of like the teleportation today, but I never got to experience that. Next up we have another teleport device. So teleporting in 2016 would show this device right before teleporting. Alright, so this one, they both say 2016. Interesting. I wonder which one was showing up. But again, another teleportation device. Next up we have the, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Saja sword. During the promo event for Raw Data, you could use this sword in the rec center. Oh my gosh, imagine if they had swords in the rec center. That's cool. Next up we have EMP. This was a bomb for cut laser tag game mode similar to search and destroy. What would happen if I pressed this? Okay, nothing. Phew. Alright. And, ooh, okay, so this is the sandbox machine, and I'm pretty sure this was used before, like, our current day Maker Pen. Again, I never experienced it, but I've heard stories, and I know that this is exactly what it is. Alright. Next up, it does look like there's a few of these that are empty, like PNG camera and favorite bag, so they must not have that information yet. But they have this go-kart, and it was used for cut game mode called go-karts. Oh my gosh, imagine if they had go-karts back in 2016-17. Alright, it kind of, I guess they kind of revived that with Rec Rally. We also have a kiosk, which is empty, a squeeze box, which is empty, a magic wand. Okay, Rec Room Beta Magic Wand. Before the well-known quest called the Crimson Cauldron, it was called the Curse of the Campus Witch, during which the older version of Crimson Cauldron, they had an older magic wand model that had 2 attack features. One that allowed you to shoot magic rapidly, and the second that allowed you to charge the wand with a double damage blast by spinning the wand. That's actually really cool, and I did not know Crimson Cauldron wasn't the original name. The Curse of the Campus Witch. Okay. Then we have the paintball sword. Obviously, we don't have any swords in paintball, but that's what it would look like, I suppose. And we have poker chips, a game and lounge that used to be in Rec Room in 2017. Alright, I guess that was before the gambling code of conduct. Let's go to the second room. Alright, here we are in the second room. It starts with a pistol grenade launcher, which they don't have an image for, as well as a grenade launcher. But they do have this early maker pen model. That's really interesting. Look at the buttons. I guess they only have 4 modes. Alright, next up we have the Isle telescope. So when Isle of Lost Skulls was released, this telescope was in the rec center for a limited time. Interesting. It does look like there's many empty booths over here, but it says that this was Dodgeball Beta, the earliest known version of formerly known Rec Room Original Dodgeball. It looks like just a room with some balls in it. Okay. That's interesting. I didn't know that. They also had horseshoes. It was one of the first game modes and was abandoned due to the lack of content. This is the original basketball room, I guess, a test for the basketball props. Really just a hoop and a ball, but that's pretty awesome, especially when VR really just began coming out on the headsets. Alright, next up we have Baseball Beta. The game mode named Baseball was only made as a model and was barely touched. Yes, and it does not look like it was colored, but that would actually be a cool Rec Room original. Next up we have Paddleball Beta. So before Paddleball had its unique idea of zero gravity, Rec Room made a basic version of Paddleball. Okay, so I'm guessing it's kind of like modern day Paddleball, but in the sky. Alright, interesting. Next up we have Ping Pong Beta. This was a room for a game mode for ping pong. It was left unfinished, but they did come out with the ping pong tables. Alright, let's check out the third room. Alright, so this was a shirt for developers in the early stage of Rec Room. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine right now if someone wore that, how many people would surround them. Alright, and this was another shirt for developers in the early stage of Rec Room. Another developer shirt. And I guess they had an outfit, which they don't have yet. This is a debug recalibration for the PSVR. I've never used PSVR, but that's interesting. You'd have to calibrate it. Very, very long dev text for quest items. I don't know what that means, but I'm guessing it was very, very long. Next up, we have the green screen prop. This might have been used for developers to make videos. Okay, that's interesting. That was, I guess, one of the first ways to make videos in Rec Room. We also have the green screen room, and this was the test of the dorm room customization. I never actually saw the original dorms, but I guess when you began customizing, this is just an early version of it. We have a bunch of empty spots, but we also have the moderator scene, the scene for developers to hop on anywhere in the early stages of Rec Room. So I guess this was just like a shortcut buttons for them to just pop around. And that seems to be it. Let me know what you guys think about all the cut items that Rec Room maybe released in the past, short-lived, or just never released at all. I thought it was really interesting. There were a bunch of things I learned. I did not know, first of all, that there were swords in paintball, and also all of the different game modes that never really, I guess, became popular or further developed. Let me know what you guys think of all these items, and if you like the video, I'll continue going through the Rec Room archive. That's all for today. I'll see you later.